and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little bit of a different one. I do kind of similar ones to these on TikTok and people love them, so I thought I would bring it over here, and we're going to be talking about unpopular concert opinions. I'm someone who's been to quite a lot of concerts over the years, and because of that I have come up with so many unpopular opinions about concerts, little pet peeves, things that annoy me here and there, so I want to talk about some of them. We're going to start off so unbelievably strong with pink cowboy hats. Those fluffy ones should be banned. I think they should be banned. I'm sorry. I don't think they particularly add to anybody's outfit. Like, and most artists don't wear them. Like, it's not like it's in reference to a specific artist. Like, even country music artists, they don't wear pink fluffy cowboy hats. They wear like actual cowboy hats. So I don't like them. I think in terms of appearance, I don't really like them, but also people are free to wear whatever they want to wear to a concert. Like, even if I don't think it looks good, because I've worn plenty of things that people don't think looks good. The issue is that it blocks the view of the people behind you. That is the main issue. Like, obviously, I have my own personal views about what they look like, and I'm like, eh. But it's the fact they block the view of the people behind you because they just have this big thing in their head, like, in the way. And it is really annoying. Like, a lot of them flash as well. Like, if you try to take videos, I've seen so many people, like, pick them up and, like, swing them round as well. Like, everybody behind you now can't see their favourite artist because you've decided to wear this hat. That didn't add anything to your outfit. The chances are you weren't even going to wear it to the concert. You saw it outside for like £10 and you were like, yes, this is a bargain. I'm sorry, I don't like them. I don't understand why they're at every single concert now either. Like, there are just so many other better accessories you could wear than something that like disrupts other people's view. Now, if you want to wear it before the concert and get some pictures, fine. But I honestly think people don't take into consideration the people behind them. So I think they should just ban them altogether. I think hats like that should be banned. I think like normal hats that aren't blocking people's view, fine. It's when they actively block the view of the people behind you. I think it's in the same league as signs. I like concert signs. They can be fun. Artists can sometimes interact with them. But people have taken it so far recently where they have inappropriate things on the signs, especially like Harry Styles. People had the most inappropriate stuff on those signs, which I don't think they should have been allowed in. But then also people have massive ones, and whenever the artist comes anywhere near them, they're like, look at this, look at this. And then everyone behind them can't see their favourite artist where they're coming to the section closest to them because someone wanted to show them this like poster they designed in like 5 minutes that says, Harry, I love you, or whatever. No, I'm sorry, you don't need a massive poster. Like, in the past, obviously, with, like, Taylor Swift tours, people have made posters. I've made posters. They're fun. People used to do it so they could get invited to the after-show meet and greet. She doesn't do those after-show meet and greets anymore. People don't really do posters in the same way, which is a shame, don't get me wrong. But I also sometimes think it's for the best, just because people will like properly hold them up really high and block people's view. Now, when I went to Taylor Swift, they actually told people to put their signs down. So when people like lifted the signs up really, really like high, security were on it straight away and were like, put it down. When I went to the Rep tour in Manchester, someone actually had a sign made out of like a canvas, like with like a wooden frame and everything, and then they threw it on the stage. That's such a big no-no. The fact it was the very end of the concert, they didn't get kicked out, but I think if it was any earlier in the concert, they would have been kicked out straight away because, like, throwing things on the stage is another one I don't like. I remember when the Eras tour was starting to come around, and I was like, I know people are throwing things on stage at Harry Styles. It's been normal at that concert. Throwing things on stage, big no-no. Taylor has talked about how much she doesn't like it when people do this. And also, it's so dangerous. Like, with some artists, like, they don't mind it, that's fine. But I think considering Taylor's actively said she doesn't like it, and also her stage is a lot more technical than a lot of other artists, there are so many dancers on stage, it could cause a really serious injury, even if you don't think it could. Like, even if it's just a flag, it can cause such a big, issue and injury. And Taylor doesn't really interact with things that are thrown either. They are just immediately removed from the stage. So I personally don't really see the point of throwing things on stage, because you see people throw phones on stage and they hit artists in the face. Like, they throw things that could actually hurt their supposed favourite artist. And it's like, why are you doing that for like a 5-second interaction? That artist probably doesn't like you because you've hurt them. So I will never understand the point of throwing things on stage. I'm so anti throwing things on stage. I remember when I first said it on TikTok being like, oh, we shouldn't do this, guys. Like, I know people have done it at previous concerts, but Taylor doesn't like it. People were like, well, how do you know? Because she's told us. But 2, like, surely it's obvious people don't want things to be thrown at them. I don't know about you, but like, I would not be happy if someone threw something at me. So yeah, they are my first 3 things I don't particularly like. I feel like hopefully they're not too controversial. I imagine some of them will be because people do get upset by some of my opinions. But these ones I just think are kind of like really annoying. I think the biggest one out of all of these obviously is the throwing. Like, it's one thing to have your view blocked at a concert. It's another thing for someone to actively injure the artist you like. So big no-no on that. Another one. People don't have to know every single word to every single song to be able to get tickets to that tour. I think there has been a lot of gatekeeping recently because tickets for concerts have been harder and harder to get, especially with like the verified fan system and the ridiculous resale market, that people are looking at anyone and everyone to blame for them not getting concert tickets. So they look for people who don't seem to know the words. They see videos of people at the concert who were in the back sat down for whatever reason and not singing along, and they're like, I should have had those tickets. Why? They didn't take those tickets from you. You didn't have those tickets in the first place. Like, they have every right to be there just as much as you had every right to be there if you bought the ticket. Like, I think it was really, really unfair that people were so nasty to people who didn't know the word to every single song. Like, there's a difference, I think, between going just because everyone's going and not really caring about the artist, and then going, you know, a few songs, you like the artist, but you don't know every single song. Like, Taylor has so many songs. So many. And I saw a lot of videos during the surprise song set. People have their phone, flash on, 0.5, mainly recording the people in the back, showing them, like, the person recording, showing them singing the surprise songs, and everyone else in the back sat down not singing. Like, one, I also wouldn't sing at that point because I would feel uncomfortable that I knew the camera was on me and they were recording me. But I just think it's the audacity of people to record themselves like that, specifically to make fun of people behind them for not singing along for whatever reason or being sat down. You saw this a lot, people being like, oh, I held my section. And I'm telling you, when I went to the Eras tour, I saw a lot of people who recorded themselves, and as soon as that camera went off, they were silent. So they were like screaming, you know, screeching lyrics, dancing away. As soon as the camera was off, gone. So then they post something online being like, I held the section. No, you didn't. So like, sometimes it is quite performative, I think, where people just want to prove they're a bigger fan than the people around them. But I'm going to be really honest with you. At the Eras tour shows, I didn't notice the people around me. Like, I didn't notice if they were singing along to whatever song. Like, yes, you could notice if the crowd was a bit quieter for a particular song, especially during the surprise songs, but I didn't notice anyone specific. And I think it says a lot about you, I think, if you are specifically looking around for the people around you, checking if they know the lyrics to every single song that you know the lyrics to. Like, surely if you were that loved the song that much, you would just be looking at Taylor, the dancers, the stage, and like your friends, and not random strangers around you. I'm very uncomfortable with people recording strangers in the first place. I think I had it at one of my Eras tour shows where someone was in front of me taking pictures, and I was singing along, and they obviously got like a picture of me not looking great because I'm singing along, and then they were pointing and laughing at it. And like, it's like, I can see you, you're like literally directly in front of me. Like, why do you think it's okay to basically just make fun of someone for having a good time at a concert? So like, there's 2 different sides to this. There's the people who make fun of people for not having a good time, and then there's the people who make fun of people for having a good time. Both of these people, why can't you just let people enjoy the concert? Like, I think there was a big thing about not screeching. Screeching is another thing I do not like, but if someone's just singing along and just enjoying a concert and not being disruptive, I don't see an issue with it. Like, yeah, they might be cringe or whatever, but at least they're having fun. I'd rather be having fun than sit and judge other people for having fun. But yeah, that's maybe controversial, but I just don't think it makes you any more or less of a fan if you know every single lyric to every single song. And I think it actually kind of makes you a little bit less of a fan if you're making fun of people going to the tour for not knowing every single song. It's controversial. I said it was going to be unpopular. I said it. Next up, I just briefly mentioned it, screeching. I think screeching isn't allowed at certain points. I think when the artist comes on stage, sometimes you can't contain it, you know. First time I ever saw Taylor, I was like in shock. And then maybe when the surprise songs happen or you see a particular outfit you like, I think for like a minute, I get it, I do. But any longer than that, it feels like you are just trying to show people you're having a good time at the concert, which is fine. There are ways to do that without disrupting everyone. Like, I think one thing about concerts is it's a shared experience. You're not the only person at that concert. And if you act like you're the only person at the concert and you have no consideration for the people around you, it can ruin the experience for the people around you. I think you need to be considerate. Like, are you holding your phone up and blocking everyone's view for every single song? Like, are you just recording the whole show and just actively blocking people? When you're dancing, are you actively, like, elbowing people and not caring about, like, spatial awareness? Are you blocking someone's view with your hat? Like, are you screeching in their ear, making it so they can't hear the artist, and that every single one of their concert videos will just have you screeching in? And I think it's particularly more with younger people where this happens more so than, like, adults, maybe. And younger people, you know, they deserve to enjoy a concert, but I think it comes to a point where you shouldn't be actively ruining someone else's concert experience to kind of show that you're having the best time. I think it does come from the same thing as recording yourself. I think it's you have to prove to other people you're the biggest fan by knowing all the words, and you don't have to do that. You like, the whole thing about who's the biggest fan, you know, I'm a bigger fan than you, I deserve tickets more than you, is such a tired old argument. Like, out there's going to be one huge Taylor Swift fan who's probably the biggest Taylor Swift fan in the world, who has everything ever. Like, but it doesn't mean you're less of a fan. Like, it just means that they have everything ever and they know everything, and that's, like, them do them. But, like, I think it's kind of hard to word what I mean, but it's just, like, as long as you're comfortable and you're happy, like, I don't think you should feel insecure about how much of a fan you are. And I always try to get that across in my videos. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a new fan or you don't know every single song, you don't know all the unreleased songs, you've only became a fan like in the last year or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. As long as you're here for the music, I think that's the most important part. I don't think you have to prove to people that you're a bigger fan. I don't think that's something people should have to do or feel like they should have to do. And I think it comes from both sides. It comes from the newer fans wanting to prove that they've been here longer, wanting to prove they're legit fans, but it comes from some older fans as well, like making fun of some of the newer fans and trying to gatekeep. And here on my channel, I like to not gatekeep. I like to actively be like, hey guys, here are things that you might not know about, and try to help people, because I want people to feel welcome. We all were a new fan at some point. We all saw people who knew everything and you're like, oh, I wish I was them, I wish I knew more. Like, I feel so, like, sometimes you can feel unwelcome in, like, a well-established fandom, and I don't think that's what we should be doing. Like, obviously as a Swiftie, I think we should be welcoming new people, especially younger people, because it's nice to have them there. So yeah, a little bit of a controversial one, but I said it. I said we were going to do a controversial, so that's the next controversial one. People who moan about their surprise songs, or like the outfit an artist wears, or like a position they do on stage, anything like that, saying that their whole concert experience was ruined because of that, or because there wasn't a special guest or anything. I think I don't like that. I will admit, I think it's such a shame, because for so many concerts nowadays, tickets are so difficult to get, and the fact that you're complaining about one song, one outfit out of like a huge tour is just disappointing, because you still got to see this huge tour, and when you bought tickets to the tour, you bought tickets to the tour. You didn't buy tickets for a special guest. You didn't buy tickets for an announcement. You didn't buy tickets for a particular surprise song. And I do wish people would just bear that in mind. Obviously, I think you're free to be disappointed. I think there's nothing wrong with being disappointed. Being disappointed is a normal human emotion. If you don't know every single song, the chances are she may perform a song you don't know, and that's fine. I think it's when you're actively being like, well, the concert wasn't good because you didn't get this, because it didn't compare to like a previous show that had a particular surprise song. Because you still got to see this amazing show. Like, you, especially like, obviously with me, most of the things I talk about are related to the Eras tour. Like, the Eras tour was huge. And I think one of the reasons why people got so disappointed when they went, because some people did, was because they watched live streams of like all 150 shows. So inevitably, if you watch all those live streams, you watch the film all the time, you're going to be disappointed, because you're going to notice like things being repeated. Like, speeches have a general kind of set pattern when Taylor does them. Like, everything is kind of timed to the minute. But yes, it's going to sound similar. If you watch the show every single night on a live stream, when you get to your show, it may not feel as special, because even though you're there in the moment and it does feel different, it may not feel special if you've already watched that show like 10, 20 times in a live stream. And this isn't me saying live streams are bad, because live streams are fantastic. They're a great way to kind of feel involved with the concert, you know, guessing the outfits and stuff. But I think because of this, people paid more attention to the outfits they were getting and then were disappointed when they didn't get a particular outfit. Whereas with previous Taylor tours, she didn't have that many variations of the outfits, like the same way she has with the Eras tour. And no one really complained, no one really minded that much. Whereas I think for this tour, because we had like Mastermind where people were guessing the outfits, when it got to their show, they guessed all the outfits they want, and then when they didn't get the outfits they wanted, they were then disappointed. If they didn't get an announcement, they were disappointed because it felt like it was the same as all the shows they watched on the live stream. And then they're going to go back the next week, they're going to watch the live streams, it's going to feel like the show they've just been at, and it's not going to feel unique. And I think people wanted a unique show. And it makes sense, you know, if you see people who have gone to a show and then an album's been announced and then nothing happened at your show, you can feel disappointed. And this isn't me saying you can't feel disappointed, because it's a normal human emotion. I think the issue comes in where people then say their whole experience was ruined because it wasn't a unique show. But like, she can't put on 150 completely unique shows. Like, obviously there are going to be similarities because she has to do a particular show. Like, same with all artists, they have set times, they have set songs. Like, I get being disappointed, but I also think be a little bit more mindful, saying that like Taylor didn't put enough effort in the show for you, getting mad at her, getting mad she hasn't done an announcement, and basically saying that the concert was a bit rubbish, you wish you'd not gone, all of that. Like, people were doing this, which was so upsetting, I imagine, for people who couldn't get tickets for a concert or their concert was cancelled. And I just think people need to be a little bit more mindful maybe about the way they talk about their shows. Like, implying it was a rubbish concert I think is completely unfair, because it was still like, what, a 3.5 hour show with Taylor Swift. I think it's unfair to get mad when like you didn't get a particular outfit or whatever. I don't know. That's just my own opinion. We should be calling out artists for using platinum pricing. I will never agree with platinum pricing. If you don't know what it is, essentially it's dynamic pricing. If an artist is in high demand, they will increase the ticket price from £60 face value, and it can go up to like £280 face value. Like, we saw that with Sabrina Carpenter. Artists have the option to turn this off. With Oasis, for the UK dates, they have platinum pricing turned on, so the tickets were phenomenal. Some people get through the queue and the tickets are the normal face value price they were advertised at. But then other people get on the queue and then the tickets are really expensive. So you get people arguing, being like, well, the tickets were only this much for me. Like, and then you're like, well, I never got access to those tickets. When I got through, it was just those platinum price tickets. So I just think it's such a huge shame, because people did call out Oasis, as they should have done, because it's wrong, because you are just trying to make a huge profit on the tickets, which you're already making without the need for platinum pricing. So Oasis did then turn it off for the US dates, which I think is the good thing. Yes, it sucks a little bit if you're in the UK, you bought those platinum price tickets, but I think it's a good thing that they've learnt from that and then turned it off. Because with most artists, they don't address it. They just ignore it, and the next tour it will still be on. With Sabrina, I was really disappointed to find out she had platinum pricing on. I just don't agree with it. I don't think it's right to have it on. You are actively pricing people out of concerts. I don't know if anyone saw those Beyonce ticket prices for London, but why were there seated tickets, almost £800, non-VIP, completely standard ticket price? Like, that's completely unacceptable. And we're lucky that artists like Taylor has turned it off. There is this huge misconception that her concert tickets are the most expensive. She's really greedy. She makes this huge profit. She's making a profit. But people are saying the tickets are minimum £1,000, which isn't true. Tickets on resale were, but the actual face value is different. So the face value in the UK was the cheapest with 49, the most expensive, which was a VIP, was 660. I think the most expensive outside of VIP was about 190-ish. So yes, they are expensive concert tickets, but nowhere near the price they would have been if platinum was on, because as we can see from the demand based on the resale, those platinum tickets would have been phenomenally priced. And you can argue that platinum, having this dynamic pricing, means that resale won't be as bad, which is not true. Sabrina Carpenter had platinum price tickets on, her resale was still really expensive, and it doesn't combat resellers. People still buy them to resell them on for a profit, and if Taylor had it on, people still would have done that. It wouldn't have stopped the platinum pricing, it wouldn't have stopped the resale pricing. So I think it's right to call artists out. Even when you love that artist, I think it is right to be like, guys, we know you can turn this off. We know you and your team can do something about this. You're just ripping off fans, especially when they have a younger fan base. Like, all you're doing is ripping off the fans, and these are the people who love you, and now they're unable to see you on this tour because you put this platinum pricing on. So I think it's completely okay to call out artists for doing that. I don't think it means you hate the artist. If Taylor did it, I would call her out all the same. because it's wrong to have it on. I completely disagree with that. Now, Taylor did have VIP packages. I don't agree with VIP packages in the current state they're in. Most VIP packages have zero artist interaction, and you're paying, what? Like, I think the Taylor Swift ones vary between like 200 to about 660. And the 660 ones here in the UK were seated. They were, quote, the best seats in the house, but some of them actually have restricted view, which is very interesting. But like, all you're getting is a merch box. That's it. You're getting good seats, yeah, but people next to you could have paid like half the price that you've just paid on those tickets because they put tickets in the VIP. And they did this in the US states where the tickets were actively going into VIP because all they needed to do was just add the VIP box to it. That's it. And the VIP box was the same for every single ticket. So if you bought the £200 VIP ticket or the £660 one, you got the exact same merch. I think if you're going to do a VIP package, you need to separate it. You need to have the least merch for the cheapest price and the most merch for the most expensive. The VIP ticket for the Eras Tour was not worth it. For standing, it was a little bit because you got that early entry, but if you didn't have standing, you had seated, you didn't get early entry, you were just paying for a merch box, and that's pretty much it. So I think VIP is just kind of another form of platinum where they just increase the price of tickets because they can. I don't think that merch box is worth it. You look on Vinted now, you can get them. I've seen them for as low as £30. Like, it's a few sheets of paper, and they look lovely, don't get me wrong, but they're not worth that price. So I don't like VIP tickets in the current state that they're in. I think something needs to be done about them, and I think we shouldn't stand for having kind of shoddy VIP packages. I think we should call it out. Even if we love the artist, it doesn't mean we don't love the artist. Chances are they didn't design this VIP package themselves. They have a team that does it, but I think we should say if we're not happy with it. And they are just a few of my unpopular concert opinions. Obviously, most of these do apply to Taylor Swift because that's the concert I've been to the most. I've seen her the most in concert. But let me know in the comments some of your unpopular concert opinions. Do you do any of the things that I don't particularly like? I know there's plenty of things that I do that other people don't like, but I think it's quite an interesting kind of topic to discuss. So let me know in the comments, and if you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Rachel. I do lots of concert videos, vlogs, Taylor Swift videos. If that sounds like something that would interest you, it would be so cool if you could like and subscribe. If you're returning, thank you so much for returning, that is very kind. But yeah, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys are going to say, and as always, have a great day!